Excuse the lighting on this video. I'm recording this with my phone, and I wanted to do this because what I'm about to go through, I think, is a really valuable lesson. If you look at any of my websites or my social media pages, you'll see that one of the things that I'm passionate about is helping people to create a life of joy, abundance, and geographical freedom, right? And I mean, at the moment, sure, geographical freedom's kind of been put on hold because of the current climate with COVID-19, but one of the ways that I teach people, or one of the things that I've learned in my life, is that to create a life of abundance, and I'm not just talking about financial abundance or having things, obtaining things. I'm talking about emotional, on an emotional level as well, right? If you listen to some of the most inspirational leaders in history, a lot of them will tell you that a life of fulfillment is a life of service. When you give back is when you often find you receive the most. And that's something that I've experienced firsthand over the last couple of weeks. One of the projects that I work on, aside from my online marketing, training, coaching, is a project called Wasteless World, wastelessworld.com, check it out. Essentially what it is, it's about creating a better world where we waste less and live and love more, live a more sustainable life. And one of the projects on there is it's all about the plastic pollution problem that we're facing today, something that's very close to my heart. And for the last week especially, I've been a part of a campaign raising funds to build a model miniature recycling plant that we aim to actually replicate and place in all sorts of parts of the world where people don't have the resources or the education to be able to deal with their plastic waste. But the point that I'm actually getting at, and this is where I want you guys to really listen and take in. Whilst talking to people, so I've been on the phone, I've been sending out hundreds of messages to people to try and help raise funds for this particular project. And one of the things that I found extremely evident at the moment, under the current climate with the world being completely on lockdown and the economy crashing, is the amount of people who've lost their jobs, whose businesses have folded, people that are basically doing it tough, really, really tough financially at the moment, right? So, trying to raise funds under these sort of climates, it's not easy, but as much as everybody that I spoke to would love to and loves the campaign and would like to help, they're just genuinely in a tough position. But then there's probably about 5% of the people that I spoke to that were extremely grateful, they're extremely happy, they still have their job. Some people are actually making more money now just because of the industry that they're in. And I started to take note of the industries that the people are in that were actually donating, of the people that were still making money and that were extremely grateful. And there was a very clear pattern amongst a lot of these people, a majority of these people. And that pattern was that these people are all able to do their job online. They're all able to make money from their computer. So if you're one of those people that in this current climate is suffering and is not sure what you should be doing or you're just on standby, you're waiting to see what happens, I can't recommend enough learning a skill that enables you to make money online. And if you're anything like I was a couple of years ago, perhaps you might be thinking, oh look, I'm not a tech person, I can't do this sort of stuff. Like, I'm not good with technology. Either was I. But for me, and it had nothing to do with a world pandemic, it had nothing to do with the fact that I'm not allowed to go outside or that my industry shut down because of whether it's tourism, whatever, because of a situation like what we're going through. It had everything to do with just the understanding that, hey, if I can make half the money that I can make, if I can make Australian dollars or euros or American dollars, but live in somewhere like Bali, Thailand, Mexico, Colombia, so many other countries around the world, which in fact are amazing countries with beautiful culture, beautiful people, beautiful places. Their just economy is not that great. If you can make dollars and whatnot, it stretches so much further. For me, it was just like a logical thing. I was like, yes, I've got to try and, even though I'm terrible with computers, I've got to try and figure out how I can do this. And so I went on that journey and I started looking for ways to actually earn money online. And it's taken me years. And I'll tell you right now, I don't make millions of dollars. I'm not going to show you all my fancy cars and gold watches and all this. I'm not that type of person anyway. I started a charity called Wasteless World, and to me, honestly, a Ferrari is a complete waste. It's a there's probably going to be a couple of people out there from me saying that they're just going to, all right, I'm turning off right now, but I don't care. I do believe that the money that you could be using for a massive house, I'd rather buy a small house, get a nice big block of land, and do some agricultural, social projects on it. And but anyway, that's a whole. I'm digressing. The point is, what I'm saying is, I don't make massive amounts of money, but right now, I'm in a situation where I'm a lot better off. I can see from all the calls and the phone calls and the messages I've sent out and the people I've spoken to in the last week. I'm in a much better situation than most people that I know, and I know quite a lot of people, and most people that I've spoken to, and it's all thank you to the decision that I made to try and learn how to make money online. And I would have to say 2020 for people, it's a complete write-off for a lot of people, but for me it's actually been one of the best years of my life. And it's really weird to say that. I have to pinch myself sometimes, but it really has been. My income, it's actually the online income for the first year or so. It was tough, but it's started to actually, it's starting to make sense, and it's actually starting to go up. So I can't emphasize enough that if you're one of those people that is currently kind of trying to figure out how to deal with this current situation, learn a skill. There's so many different ways. You can go onto my website, geographical-freedom.com, and there's lots of free information. I try and give people free information about how they can make money in different ways. But if you go onto my website and you go to the Start Here page, pop in your contact details, and I'll personally send you a link to a free training series, a free video training series, the same series that I actually came across a couple of years ago, that gave me the insight as to what options are out there to be able to make an income online, even if you have got no prior experience like I did, right? Of course, you can always get in touch with me, but again, if you are doing it tough, it's a tough time, but it's a time for us to actually adapt, and it's those people that do adapt that are going to come out of this on the other end in a much better and happier, more fulfilled situation, where they're going to be able to give back to the community. So I just wanted to film that message, because it was really clear to me whilst talking to all of these people that is a recession proof, it's a pandemic proof, it's just a logical decision in my mind if you want to create a much better, happier, secure future for yourself. So thanks for your time, and peace.